Okay, good day and welcome to another Baleia lockdown tasting. Yeah, exciting day for me. I really enjoy these wines that I'm going to taste with you today. Obviously, if you don't have the wines available, you can try any Syrah or any Tempranillo. Not that you're going to find a lot of other Tempranillos out there. It's a pretty special variety, not many people making it, and it being a port variety actually. And yeah, so main focus today then would be in exciting, because Syrah is obviously one of my favorite grape varietals, and yeah, I thought we'd just kick off with that as the first wine. Okay, so this is the 2017 Baleia Syrah, and you'll notice I'm tasting it before the Tempranillo. It's a lot softer, a lot more delicate tannin profile. It's a wine that probably be a little bit overpowered by the Tempranillo. So yeah, the Tempranillo being quite a dry wine, lots of tannin, and yeah, I think yeah, and you see I've also got two different glass shapes. Tempranillo needs a little bit more goblet on it just to get a little bit more air into the glass, and it's not quite as expressive as Shiraz is. So yeah, first things first, I think if we look at the grape varietal, Syrah is obviously a very old cultivar, very well known to everyone, grown really widely across the world, and it's a really amazing variety in that it can be grown and made successfully in so many different climates. You know, if you look at our country as it is, you know, it's been grown in very cool climates like Meghallis and yeah, and Elgin are two pretty much decently cold areas for it, and then you got your warm examples as well. So Stellenbosch, obviously, Paarl, the Swartland, and all the way up to Cederberg, and some minutes, and if you know, it's even finding it out in Syrah, Coburgerveld. There's a little bit in Sutherland, I hear. I haven't tasted it. I'm sure it's pretty good. And then obviously we are probably, I think, the furthest east, eastern Syrah vineyard that there is. So yeah, commercially at least, yeah. So you know, its origins are obviously argued about a lot. It's a French varietal known as Syrah. It's the same thing as Shiraz. Shiraz being an Australian word. The Aussies renamed it, I guess, over there for some reason. And yeah, it's an interesting grape. We tend to use it in a lot of blends. It's something that we like to make, you know, obviously nice, powerful red wines from as well. And then there are lighter versions as well. So, yeah. And on the colour, just quickly, I think the first thing to look at, Syrahs are normally quite light compared to Cabernet Sauvignon or anything like that. I always look at this and I say it's what I call crimson. It's probably the form of a red that you have a look at. And yeah, I think it's very important. Obviously, different grape varietals are at the same age. So if there were, you know, 5 or 6 different grape varieties here, and they were all 2017s, you'd definitely be looking at something like a Pinot Noir would be a lot browner in colour. So Syrah definitely has this, you know, this lighter tint of red on it. Tempranillo is a lot darker, a little bit more coffee-ish, you know, darker, maybe a little bit more maroon, burgundy type of thing. So where Syrah, a nice crimson colour coming through, and then on the nose, on the Baleia and most Syrahs, you should get some spice, lots of nice black pepper and fruits, beautiful fruits, dark fruits like blueberry, blackberry, and then the red fruit components coming through, strawberry, mulberry, yeah, just a real mix of fruits there, a little bit of spice, a little bit of tarriness, really nice. So, yeah. And then on the palate, really nice and smooth. Entry's nice and smooth, nice soft tannin, just real nice balance. Find I've you can probably see a little bit of condensation on my glass. I like to chill Syrah. I drop it down to about 16, 17 degrees. Fortunate enough to have a good wine fridge, so I can control that. But I just really find that Syrah really drinks well at a nice temperature, nice cool temperature. Yeah, just a bit about it. You know, our Syrah we've only got a 1 hectare block, and but across this 1 hectare, we've got quite a few different soil profiles, and I try and keep these profiles separately. I pick them on different days. Amazing thing about Syrah is you can pick it over like quite a wide spectrum of time. So let's say I spend 10 days picking our Syrah, and the different soil types will come in on different days. So across our plot, we've got limestone, got a bit of granite or a bit of quartzite, and then the last piece of the plot is a little bit of shales, but a little bit more like a Swartland region. Really, pretty unique in having such a big limestone component. It really does give us something a little bit more unique, and yeah, it's quite exciting. Nice thing about the limestone is I've got amphora. I used clay pots from Italy, and yeah, the limestone component goes in there. So the limestone actually doesn't see any wooding. We don't put it into barrel. I've been working on an amphora which has pretty much the same oxygen uptake as a wine barrel. So yeah, maturation phase takes place inside a amphora on the limestone, and then the granite or the quartzite, yeah, that's obviously with a soil profile a lot more powerful and able to stand up to oaking, and I put that into the 300 litre French oaks. Yeah, and small percentage of new, so 15 to 20% new wood. I think that's something that I've done traditionally, always is kept the wood just to the lower side, and a little bit more terroir expression I think is key. You know, we've got really amazing soils out here, and you can pack the wine full of new wood, and yeah, you go and blow it all. So yeah, and then that last portion of the Syrah, which is the shaly section or the schist, and yeah, it's a little bit more delicate than the granite, quartzite, and so I look at putting that into the foudre. We've got some 2,500 litre French oak, big format casks, and yeah, it goes in there, a little bit slower interaction with the wood, and just yeah, delicately maturing it there, and then it's blended together, and yeah, just a combination of all those different factors going into one wine makes it really exciting. So I guess you could pretty much just throw it all together right at the beginning already, but just, I think you're just getting so much better out of it if you actually go with the right vessel which suits the different soils and stuff. So yeah, so that's Syrah, really exciting grape. I love it. Been working with that since 1996. So yeah, I've definitely got a little love affair going on there. Yeah, and then really special grape for us is Tempranillo, traditionally brought to South Africa for port production, grown in Portugal and Spain mainly. I think it's the second most planted grape variety in Spain. I know they've got over 200,000 hectares of Tempranillo in the ground, and some of the most famous wines in the world have been made with a bit of, well, a majority of Tempranillo and Cabernet Sauvignon blending. And yeah, those are the Spanish wines. And in Portugal, obviously, you know, it's used for port production. It has another name over there called Tintorores, or another name for it is Aragonese. And yeah, it's just a really exciting variety to be working with. So between these two, I'm pretty excited about them. Yeah, just some interesting things which make Tempranillo quite different is it's quite maroon or burgundy in colour. I don't know if you can really pick that up there, but it's yeah, it's a little bit darker than Syrah normally. And then yeah, a really interesting character that you get on the nose, or I do, and that's like a real black currant, dark cherry, and then a Turkish delight character, which is really stunning. Yeah, similar to Syrah, it's got quite a lot of hints of leather as well. So depending on the aging and the age of the Tempranillo, you know, you can get yeah, you can get some leathery notes coming through, and a little bit of spices and stuff as well. Yeah, yeah. Let's just check this out. Yeah. So one defined thing about Tempranillo is it's really dry, and the finishes, tannins are really, really powerful. But it just allows for the wine to stand up to most sauces and dishes from the meat section, but also allows for the wine to age really well. Yeah, so I'd go with pairing this with pretty much any red meat dish, and same with the Syrah. In fact, Syrah I think would probably handle the delicate dishes a little bit better, from chicken, lamb, and all the way into the red meat dishes. And I think obviously Tempranillo, just being a little bit tougher, can handle a nice juicy steak and a couple of spicy foods as well. Yeah, really excited about this grape. I think if there's something that we're going to plant more of, I would say it would be these two. Tempranillo, we're definitely finding a big growth spurt in the market for it. It's our most popular red wine selling, and then yeah, Syrah I think is just traditionally something really special to South Africa. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the tasting. We've got a couple more left, and yeah, if you can get some of these wines after the lockdown's done, yeah, I think you're definitely looking at two wines which can really age really well as well. So, and yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the tasting. Cheers.